Now, are you still working with the BBC, or are you kind of retired from that and purely an author? Where are you at in your life
I
at this
am.
point?
I do not. I'm off the BBC payroll, so I am for hire on that. Not, but no, I'm off the BBC payroll. I still contribute a bit to them. I do journalism. I host. I do two sort of podcast things. So I do one called Democracy Forum. It's
Okay.
not a podcast, it's more like a debate webinar. It's called the Democracy Forum Debates. So the one we're doing in a couple of days' time is about India's pivot towards China and Russia and pivot away from America. We did one about artificial intelligence, critical minerals. It's all sort of this heavy political stuff I said that you don't get any clicks on, and I'm sure if I did a food podcast. The other one I did, which you and I might have more common ground on, is one called CareVision's Professional Talk. And once a month, we get a professional who is an expert in mainly child and young adult trauma and care to see how you can, if you get a child from an abused home or, bad parents or something like that, and they have to go into care or they have to be spotted. How do you move them through into adulthood and then out the other end so that they're not living that trauma all the time? And I find it fascinating because one clear thing that comes out of it is that if you have somebody in a care situation, you like it in a children's home or something, you have to have therapeutic care in there, holistic care, because a child, you can have somebody that comes in and might, play the football game with them, clean them up, feed them, and all the rest of it. That's what I call the shift workers. But amongst all that, the child or the adolescent needs a mentor that they can trust and is going to be with them for a number of years. Uh, and without that, and that is a parent, essentially, a parent figure. And if they can find that person and learn to trust that person, and we have to remember, if you come from a broken home when there's drug or physical abuse or all of that sort of stuff,
Trust is
your level of
everything.
trust as a child is really minimal. So you
Yes.
can, if you can move a child through that into adulthood, um, then that's a great success story. And I did a one, I think it was a couple of weeks ago. It was absolutely fascinating because two sisters, um, they both had to go into a children's home. One was a little older than the other. One of them went through everything, did the schooling, got great exams, went to university, and she became the deputy head teacher of a school, and now she runs a mental health charity. The other one, drugs, alcohol, early death. And you just think, and both of they had pretty much the same thing. So
Isn't
it's
that
all up
amazing?
here, really, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry, I brought a
No,
depressing tone to your
no, not at
conversation.
all.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just, in my head, I'm thinking A Tale of Two Sisters. I mean, what kind of title and the story you could
yeah,
develop from that?
yeah.
But
I mean, there were some detailed differences, but and the more I talk to these people, the more you sort of get to learn about this world.